Yes, Dave, that timer is super fast because I started my stream a little late and I didn't want to make you guys wait for 5 minutes, so I learned how to jack the timing up on it, so it just went super quick. Because I still wanted a timer. How is everybody? It's actually a incredibly warm day here in Nashville. I think our high today is like 72, which I believe is like 24, 25 Celsius, somewhere around there. Yeah, it was a fast 2 minutes. So I saw a couple people asking if I'm here, does that mean no baby yet? That means no baby yet. So we're still waiting. We're just at home. We're at home hanging out. We're just waiting for whenever she decides she wants to get here. Just had some breakfast. I got a breakfast sandwich from Panera. Claire wanted some Bojangles. I'm not gonna lie, I am really tired today. I was up until about 2:30 a.m. my time, editing my reaction to the new Falling in Reverse. Now, I had never heard the original song either, so it's a double reaction. I did the original I'm Not a Vampire by Falling in Reverse, and then I just did the revamped. Marco says 22 Celsius, by the way. I got that wrong. And for those of you that haven't seen that video yet, it might be one of the most creative things I've seen on this channel in terms of just artistry and emotion. And dude, it's insane. I've watched it multiple times already. I showed it to Claire this morning as well. Thanks, Edward. I gotta rep my boy Sebastian, man. He sent me this sweet hoodie that he handmade himself. He made all these for his merchandise for Ghost Kid. He like bleached all of them. Get back in the chat here. Yeah, I'm always wearing hoodies and stuff. I mean, it's February. Hoodie and a sweatshirt feels appropriate. Nina, welcome. All the way from Holland. I have not watched Floor's vocal cover yet. I will not do a reaction to it because you guys know my channel. I do gear and production. There's no knowledge that I could impart on a vocal cover, but I will watch it. Six Celsius in Finland. All right. No, I say Columbus beats Nashville today. And I am loving Kevin Lankinen on the Blackhawks. They are, like, I'm so excited for him, man. He looks so good. Chili Monster, welcome, all the way from England. I'm excited about the Blackhawks right now, man. Even Malcolm Subban is looking in goal, good in goal when he's playing, and I'm not really sold on him. I have not listened to Alice Cooper's new album yet. I actually didn't know he had a new album. Interesting. -2 in Ottawa. I was wearing my Senators jersey yesterday on my Twitch stream. 17 in Cyprus. Wow. Thank you, Jeff. No worries, man. 7 in Germany. Not too bad. 7 in Gothenburg. Not too bad. Dude, okay. I'm not going to get too into that, Armand, but the situation with Panarin is insane. Replay, I did not upgrade it. Yeah, I need to check out Blind Channel. I keep hearing more and more about them. That's alright. I'm not a Senators fan. 9 Celsius in Dublin. What? We got everybody from all over today. Maru, our snow has completely melted within like 2 days. Like you would never be able to tell. So I'm not going to get into it because it involves a lot of conspiracy theory and politics and stuff. But Artemi Panarin, NHL player, originally from Russia, had some very choice things to say about Vladimir Putin. And now he has taken a leave from the NHL to go back home due to family matters. And a lot of people aren't thinking that that's coincidental timing. That's all I will say about that, because I don't know any of the details or anything else. And we're getting borderline on crazy conspiracy theories, but it's a weird situation. Where has February gone? It's gone. Blind Channel describes themselves as violent pop, very much like Linkin Park. Oh, I would like that then. Scotland in the house. Welcome, James. And Christian. France, man. Eve, I was planning on doing like a stream, like a playthrough of Evergrey's new album. Their label told me I can't. Their theory is that if I play a full album on here and do reaction to it, everybody's going to rip the audio of it and then not buy the CD. Those are their words, not mine, because I don't believe a word of that. Especially if I'm talking over parts and doing a reaction. Nobody's going to rip that and listen to it at home. Data Wolf, thank you. It's a comfy hoodie, man. It really is. Epica's new album is awesome as well. I listened to the new Evergrey, Architects, and Epica a couple times the day they came out, and I really like it. Nice. Lorna, welcome, all the way from the UK. Basti, thank you very much. Okay, I might have to check out Blind Channel for sure. So, I actually really got into the history of Leave Gardet, like, after I did that song. I was reading about a lot of that stuff, man. It's really wild. Dude, Morgan, good call. Somebody told me yesterday Veil Maya released a new record or single or something like that. I love Veil Maya, so. Man, I already said this once, I don't want to complain, but I am super tired right now. I feel really out of it. I've not, Burka, I've not seen the new Epica video for Omega Acoustic. I'll have to check that out. It was funny, there are quite a few people in that video when it showed the picture of, or the painting of King Gustav Vasa. People were like, dude, you look exactly like that guy. I was like, alright. Claire is doing good, but yes, she wishes that our baby would arrive sooner than later. She's ready to get it on with. Any hints to what's next on Sabaton Saturday? No. And I don't say that because I don't want to say. I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. So I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. There are some YouTubers that, like, they plan out everything they do. They're really organized. I don't do that. I sit down and decide, like, the day of what I'm going to do. I have my video for tomorrow done, which will be on Patreon after this. I have no idea what I'm doing on Tuesday yet. So the only reason I can't give you any hints is because I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of comments for No Bullets Fly. That seems like it could be interesting. Oh, I'm just tired because I was up editing really late last night. Juan Sanchez, thank you very much for that super chat. I don't know why the alert didn't come up on it, but I'll have to check. Araya, yes, when I have time, we will do that. I don't have time for anything. There it is. Thanks, buddy. I've heard the name Rhodium, but I have not checked them out. No bullets fly is about German and American pilots. Okay. Yeah, she has been handling this entire pregnancy like a champion. But I have noticed in the last couple weeks she's been way more uncomfortable than she has been. Like she's ready. I have not checked out Silent Civilian, but I loved Spineshank back in the day, and I loved Johnny's voice, so I might have to check that out. So, Armand, that's a pretty cool question that you bring up. A lot of artists do use different gear on tour than they use in a studio. A lot of it is, it's not that they want to sound differently live. There's a lot of factors that go into it. In a studio, you sit and do tons of different takes, and you restring while you're you retune while you're sitting there, and you've got a producer with you that's doing everything, and then live you've got to do it live in one take. So a lot of it is comfortability for the player. They want to play on a guitar that they know is going to feel good and also sound good. So if that means changing it up from the studio, then yes, they will. A lot of artists also have exclusive endorsements with gear companies, so they have to use specific guitars on the road. And with technology nowadays, dude, you could make $100 guitar, like beginner's guitar, sound really good with any gear that you could bring on the road. So, I mean, I know for sure there are artists that use specific guitars just because they think it looks cool live. Friday's albums that release. So out of the ones that I got, Evergrey, Architects, and Epica, Evergrey is my personal favorite. Elite Rules. I mean, it is cool. I'm not going to downplay that, but it's, you know, in the line of roadies, it's another gig. It's not like I was hanging out with like Eddie Van Halen and stuff all the time. I was there to work. But it was fun. Thank you for clearing that up, Max. Lorna, we're feeling great. We've got everything at the house ready. We're excited. We're just ready to have her here. And you're waiting on your 5th. Best of luck. Yeah, I'll definitely get into Love Bites eventually. I just wasn't super sold on him, and it's kind of hard to get back into a band after that first time when I'm not, but I need, you know, I need to because I said I would. Yeah, Vix, you guys were up late last night on Discord. Yeah, Araya, a lot of bands do that. The reason they do that, so if you ever hear a band CD and then when you see them live, you notice that it's a lower key. A lot of bands do that just because it's easier for the singer to maintain that kind of vocal for a longer amount of time. I'm assuming that's why Sabaton does that as well. I think if I remember right, they're a full step down, which is 2 notes down from the original. Yeah, Dunny, we were listening to Silent Skies, and it's really good. Really good. Just discovered the French Amon Amarth. Please do share. I am familiar that Marco has his own albums. Morgan, it all depends. When I played bass live, I preferred finger picking because I could play faster and I was more accurate. When I was recording in the studio, our producer always asked if I would play with the pick, just because he said tonally it sounds better for the recording. But a lot of that has to do with parts too. I mean, you're not going to be able to finger pick something that's at a high tempo with 16th notes and triplets and stuff like that, so you kind of have to use a pick. Peter, I love Ramstein. I have seen them multiple times in concert. I have all their CDs and DVDs. There's a reason that I haven't had any Ramstein reactions on this page, is because I've seen everything they've done. Arc 1 reporting in. Welcome. I'm not a father yet. Claire is almost at 39 weeks pregnant, so we're basically just waiting any time now. But I will be a father soon, and thank you for the congratulations. We are very excited. So, Armand, I tried to do another reaction to Amon Amarth. It was a live performance, and the video would have got blocked, so I ended up not doing it, and then I ended up doing something else. I'll get back to Amon Amarth for sure. I have listened to the entire Evergrey album, yeah. I couldn't wait. It's so good. Flesh God Apocalypse is another band I need to get to. Claire's gonna be so mad if she's that late. So, Vix, I'm like familiar enough with Opeth. I've listened to some of their music, but I'm not familiar with all of it. Toxic Tales, welcome. And I'll definitely do Brothers of Metal too. So, alright. Don't take this as me being annoyed, because I'm not annoyed, but we're getting into that dangerous zone of where people are just throwing suggestions out. Let's talk about something. Somebody tell me what's going on. Somebody come up with something. Arc 1 says, just curious, I've heard someone playing bass before. The bass sounds a bit loud, like playing in a cave. Do you know why that happened? Hey, it could be effects on it. It could just be the natural tone of the bass. There's a lot of reasons for that. Bass is obviously at a much lower register than guitars anyways. Data Wolf, that's way too hard of a question. I'd have to think about that for a while. What do I think about Finnish nature? I mean, I've only seen pictures because I haven't been there, but I really want to go. It looks beautiful. Oh. Mindy, thank you for that advice, but I already don't sleep as it is, pretty much. What were my influences? I mean, when I was younger, I listened to a lot of different music, but I played bass in a band. And the first time I ever heard Ryan Martini play, he's a bass player for Mudvayne, that really was like one of the first times I was like, I want to play bass. Les Claypool, another bassist I love. I could name so many. But I liked when people made bass interesting. I did hear that Delane broke up, but I've still never listened to Delane, so that did not affect me nearly as much as it did some other people, probably. Mariposa asks, how many guitars do I need to prepare for Dustin in our last concert? So that's what I was talking to Tom from Evergrey about. It's interesting because with country music, all their songs are either in standard tuning or a whole step down, which is in standard D tuning. Yet I still had like 12 guitars on the road that I would have to work on every day. I have 4 acoustics for Dustin, 3 electrics. 2 electrics? I think 3. And then I had like 5 or 6 for our other guitar player that I worked on as well. Uriah, the weather is good. Who would you have dinner with if you could pick any 6 people? I have no idea, man. I have to think about that one too. How did I feel about Lacuna Coil advertising a live stream deal, then just standing in silence and not performing in solidarity for venues and tech workers? I never heard about that. I didn't know. I'd have to know more about that situation. Did they charge people? Where did that money go? Like, there's a lot of questions I have there before I could form an opinion on that. My favorite tour I was ever on. Oh, wow. I have a couple that I really liked. I really enjoyed the Van Halen tour that I did. I enjoyed touring with Walk Off the Earth a ton as well. That was more for the crew hangs. I loved the crews and the band. Like, Van Halen was such a good crew hangout. There were so many people on that tour, and we had so much fun every single day off with each other. Walk Off the Earth was great for the same reasons, but also the band members are some of the greatest people, and they're so nice, and they treat their crew like they're their family members. I also really enjoyed Faith No More. Very relaxed, very low key. Their band is also amazing. Like, wonderful people. YouTube is acting up. All the stuff crashed. On my end, it seems to be working. I've been looking at my stats on my stream, so if anybody else is having an issue, let me know. I definitely want to check out that cover that Tarja did of On a Dish. That seems amazing, because I love that song. Places you would like to travel when we've won the war against Corona. I mean, right away, I honestly want to go to all the Nordic countries. Like, I've been talking to... Like, we have a kid coming, so it's probably going to be very difficult, but I want to go to Finland and Norway and Sweden and Denmark. And then I'll probably just... I would honestly love to jump all over the Europe and the UK and meet up with a lot of the friends that we've made on Discord and YouTube and stuff over the last 7 months. I would love that. It would be awesome. I haven't checked out Corey Taylor's solo album. The only side project stuff other than Slipknot that I know of is Stone Sour that I've really listened to. So, no money was involved in the Lacuna Coil situation. It was free. I understand why they did it, but felt let down anyway. Yeah, it seems a little weird. Like, I don't know the situation, but that seems weird to me. That seems more of an attention grabber than, like, you know, it seems a little self-serving. Again, I don't know the situation, but it's like, why even do it? Why not just say, hey, we're not going to do any live streams to stand in solidarity with the touring people and the venue workers? I don't know. I mean, it's just my opinion. And again, I don't really know much. Stream's been cutting off a few times now. Cool, YouTube apparently hates me as much as Chase now, so that's rad. Let me get back to the chat. When are we going to listen to Moonspell? That's another band I'll have to check out soon, actually. Thank you, Trinks. Me personally, my personal opinion, at least in the United States, I do not think concerts and tours are happening this year. At least on the scale that they were when this all happened. Have I continued Ready Player 2? I finished Ready Player 2. I liked Ready Player 1 more, but I enjoyed Ready Player 2 a lot. If I'm being honest, there were some parts that kind of dragged a little bit, like either Ernest Cline didn't know where he was going to wrap up the story, or I don't know, but when he did wrap up the story at the end, like, it was wild. It was really cool. I would recommend it. I mean, it was like $15. That's not bad for a book that I got, 7 hours of reading into. Which Rockstar deserves his own GTA character? Dude, my gut instinct right away was going to say Ronnie Radke. Oh, Andrew. Good shout. Stories on the Evergrey album? Phenomenal. And I forget the name of the song. It's the next song after that. I think it's called the Dandelion Cypher. That was one of my favorites as well. And You From You is also good too. Thank you, Nina. Yeah, Melissa, that makes sense. Traveling with a baby is probably easier than an actual child. Have I thought about branching into video game soundtracks? I haven't. Sounds like it'd be fun. Is the baby gonna have her own Twitch channel? No, actually, Claire and I have already had this discussion. We are gonna keep our child off of social media as much as humanly possible. Green Fog says, I did not like Slipknot's last CD. You are entitled to your opinion, and you are not wrong, because it is an opinion, and music is subjective, but I loved that CD. I thought it was awesome. Miss Catstaff, thank you for that advice as well. Ian, did it though? We're talking about it, but did it do anything? What did it actually do? Everybody's already aware that touring people are off and that venue people aren't doing anything. That's why I was asking if they charged. It would make sense if they charged for a live stream and then donated that money to a venue or a charity set up for laid off roadies and stuff like that. That's my point. Like, it didn't do anything. Us talking about it isn't changing anything. They weren't raising awareness for an issue. But again, opinion. I don't know the whole story. I haven't finished Cyberpunk, honestly. I just kind of stopped. I do read a lot. I like a lot of sci-fi fiction stuff. Ernest Cline's stuff, even though he only has 3 books, he's like one of my favorite authors. Really like it. Igor has a YouTube channel. I didn't know that. I gotta check that out. What's up, Jan? I don't know if I've heard the hidden track on the Architects full album stream. I wasn't looking at the playlist, so if I did hear it, it came up and I just wasn't, like, it just came up naturally and I probably thought it was a normal song. Jessica, that's pretty much what we're doing. Like, we don't want to put our kid on social media until she's at the age where she wants to be on social media. Do I recognize the difference between American and European bands more in the groove or the production? Groove, for sure. For me. There's a certain, we were talking about this on Discord the other night. There's a certain sound that differentiates the two. And I can hear it pretty quickly at this point. Hold on, did I just see somebody ask Slipknot or Stone Sour? Hold on, I gotta go back up. Oh, Slip Sour or Stone Knot. Slipknot is just a pop metal band now. Highly disagree with you, but you're entitled to your opinion. I thought their last album was a masterpiece. Now, Iowa is still my favorite, but I thought it was great. Cristobal, no baby yet. We're still waiting. Oh, dude. Chimera was one of my favorite bands in like the early 2000s. Dude, I gotta get Chimera on a rewind on a Friday. Good shout. Hi, Sarah. I'm aware Epica released a new album. We've talked about it a bunch already. See, that's what I'm talking about. Unleash the Archers did a live stream and split the profits with the venue. That's doing something. Klein, C-L-I-N-E. Ernest Klein. So what's funny is Dune is a book that I've had on my to-read list for like my entire life, and I still haven't read it. I need to do that. I'll do it. It takes a lot for me to get into stuff like that. Like extreme metal, like grindcore and stuff, but I can get into it. Like, I like a lot of early Napalm Death and early Cattle Decapitation and stuff like that. After I react to No Bullets Fly, I need to read the book it's based off of. What book is that? Michael Moorcock with his Stormbringer saga. Okay, thank you for the suggestion. Ah, Jacob, thank you. Live stream was last fall. Okay. Have I ever seen Gwar live? Once. It was ridiculous. I like Gwar a lot. Did I see Herman Lee audition for Bandmate? I haven't seen that yet. I guarantee you it's more of a joke than anything, though. Yeah, I'm past the coffee. I'm on Mountain Dew. Yeah, I definitely want to try and do more Amorphous in the future. Yeah, I can definitely tell that. PC players are different from console players, like, culture-wise, and I see the difference because for years, up until recently, I was a console player. Now I'm on PC. What are some of my favorite books? Basically anything Michael Crichton has ever written. One of my favorite novels of his is called Prey, P-R-E-Y. Lord of the Rings, I just have to go with. I also love the Harry Potter series, honestly. But my two favorite authors are Michael Crichton and Ernest Klein. Brad, the book is called A Higher Call. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, Michael Kennedy's bow time for sure. Went to a Gwar show wearing a full rain suit. I have not watched The Expanse or read the books. Dude, Bojangles has this Mountain Dew, this signature Mountain Dew flavor. It's called Southern Shock. Really good. First concert I ever went to as a fan, well, the first concert I ever went to was Ringo Starr, but my parents brought me, so I don't know if that counts. The first concert I ever paid my own money to was... it was Mudvayne. Yeah, I think it was Mudvayne in Peoria, Illinois. And Head PE was the opener. Then the first concert I ever did as an actual roadie, like working for a band, was in... is it in Grand Rapids, Michigan? I was working for Red. I think it was in Michigan. I believe it was Michigan. Who is the biggest diva I've worked with? Oh, man. I'm not going to tell you which band member it was, but I will tell you it was somebody in the band Sick Puppies. No, this is the biggest. Yeah, it's a big cup. We have big sizes in America. It's ridiculous. Nemophilia just released a new single. Okay, there's a lot of new music coming out. Ever run into famous musicians in Nashville? They're all over the place here. Kind of people are kind of used to it, but it's more, I've toured with so many people and I just through connections with other people and work, like the whole music community here knows each other. So when you say running into any famous musicians, for me, it's basically just like running into friends I've toured with. Now, I'm not saying I know all these famous people or anything like that or musicians, but like more often than not, when we're out, we see people we know because I've toured with them in the past. Miss Catstaff, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, dude, Harry Potter got really dark. I enjoyed those movies a lot, but those books, man, that book series is so good. It's too bad the author is a crazy asshole. Hi, Frosty. What's my favorite food to get from Taco Bell? All right, I'll give you my go-to order. It is a large number 4, which is the crunch wrap, with no sour cream, a soft shell beef taco, a steak quesadilla, a cheesy gordita crunch, and a large Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And I have slow mode on and it's still getting difficult to keep up here. Sorry. Frosty, I'm doing good, buddy. I hope you are too. I hope you're ready to do some raging, play video games later. So it's funny because when I started learning Finnish on Duolingo, one of the phrases it taught me was, Sinä olet velho, which means you are a wizard. And I was like, why the fuck would it be teaching me how to tell people they're a wizard? And then somebody told me that a lot of those language translations base it off popular literature. So with Harry Potter being so popular, it would make sense that in a beginner's lesson of Finnish, it taught me how to say, you are a wizard. Guys, I'm going to jump down to the bottom of this chat just so I can keep up. If I missed an important question, please ask it again. I'll try and get better at this. They got rid of a lot of stuff at Taco Bell recently. They changed a lot of their menu. Data Wolf, it probably is. I told Claire when our daughter is born, I am changing a lot of my diet and habits. Mountain Dew is one of the things I'm going to try and get rid of. Oh, that sucks, Raquel. That happens anywhere, though. I've got food poisoning from some restaurants, and it took me a while to get back to. How uncomfortable are those beds on tour buses? To a normal person that's probably used to being in a bed all the time, they're probably not the best, but because I was touring for so long, I got to a point where I slept better on a moving tour bus than I slept at home. It's just, it's comfortable to me. I like the constant motion, and then you can feel and hear the generator from the bus. There's super strong AC blowing on you the whole time. I loved sleeping in a bunk on a tour bus. Did Metallica's Black Album surprise or disappoint you? Well, I was about 5 when it came out, and I can't say it surprised or disappointed me, but I remember loving it, and I like it now a lot. Yes, I eat that entire Taco Bell order in one sitting. Oh, good to know, Marco. Thank you. What program do I use for editing? I use Wondershare Filmora 9. I actually bought Filmora Pro, but I haven't used it yet. Is the change of diet more for you or so you don't influence your daughter? It's a little both. I weighed myself the other day and I've gained 30 pounds since this pandemic has started, and I just want to change my diet again. I want to get back to where I was. Dave, no, you're not strapped in beds on the bus. But those buses are surprisingly smooth. I've never, in like 13, 14 years of touring, ever been like thrown out of a bunk sleeping while we've been on the road. What Ernest Cline book should I start with? Oh, I mean, Ready Player One is probably the most popular. My favorite is called Armada. It's like a mix between Ender's Game and The Last Starfighter. Really cool. I would highly suggest Armada. Did I ever get lost when abroad? If being blackout drunk in Munich, Germany during Oktoberfest counts, absolutely. I actually like had to have a group of Germans like get me a cab and take me back to the venue that our bus was parked at. I had no idea where I was when I left Oktoberfest. It was a rough night. One of the reasons I don't drink anymore. If I ever go to South Arizona, I'll show you the local take on those things. Okay. I mean, I've been to Southern Arizona a ton. It's been a while, though, because we haven't been doing anything for a year. You know, Sisu, yeah, I was thinking about doing the, like, Ask a Roadie series again. Now that the YouTube has kind of gotten a little more attention, I think people would be into that. I might do that. Melissa, that's a great point, too. I used to go to the gym 6 days a week and work out a lot. I loved working out, and I haven't been to a gym since March because of COVID, so. Oh, wow, Mindy. That's wild. I really wanted to get into that. After watching The Bee by Amorphous and learning about the history of that, I want to read that. I want to know more of those stories. Oh, Jessica, thank you. And you don't need to thank me. I enjoy doing this, and you guys are great. I haven't read the Dark Tower series, but I did watch the movie they did, and I found it pretty interesting. Mr. Prowler, that's a good question. I know there are bands that don't like playing certain songs, and even me as a roadie, there are songs that we get to in the set every night where I kind of just tune out and get a little bored, but the crowds in different cities every night are what keeps it interesting, because you never know what's going to happen. So I don't know if Within Temptation is my music or not. I still haven't listened to them. I plan on it. There's so much music to get through. I was going to do a home gym setup, but I don't know who it was, and I'm not going to blame anybody, but I had a set of adjustable, like, dumbbell, like, Bowflex weights on tour that I used. And when we got off tour, somebody took them. One of our other crew guys, like, took them. Or they got left somewhere when somebody used them or something like that. So I didn't want to spend another $400 on weights again. Oh, Matt, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'll be thinking about you, buddy. Read The Dark Tower? Okay. Maybe I'll start that. Maybe I'll order it on Kindle and just start it. Any band I want to tour with? At this point, not really. I mean, there are certain artists that if they called me, I'd probably go work for them. Like, even though I'm, like, semi-retired from touring right now because our daughter's almost here and I just don't want to be gone, like, there's some exceptions I would make. Like, I mean, if a band like Sabaton was like, hey, we're doing a U.S. tour for, like, 6 weeks, would you work for us? I would probably do that. And it's more bands than just Sabaton. That was just an example. I've not heard of the band Edenbridge. Sebastian, the Warwick restoration has not started yet. I've been so busy and so lazy. You were in Munich in 1978, had a beer. I was at Oktoberfest in Munich in 2015. And it was a shit show. I'm probably not going to like most of Within Temptation. Why? Kind of curious why you would think I wouldn't like it. Yeah, exactly. It's like everybody's got treadmills and Pelotons and stuff at home now, but it's like, I don't want to spend that much money on something like that. John from Cro-Mags has books out? Okay. So that's another thing too, Mariposa. For those of you that don't know, I had a pretty major shoulder surgery in May. And that has also prevented me from, even if I wanted to go to the gym, I don't know if I can still, I can finally get through doing push-ups again, but like, I don't know if I could bench press or shoulder press or anything like that right now. Jana, hopefully I can. It's a lot of music to check out, man. There's a lot of music in the world. Sarah, we have talked about it. There's a good group of reactors that we're all friends with now. Like Chase and I, Chase is my ride or die, man. That he's like one of my best friends. I could honestly say Chase is like one of my best friends now, just from meeting him over the summer. But we've got a good core group of people we talk to a lot. Julia's one of them. Elizabeth from the Charismatic Voice. Mark from Cardivox Academy. We talk all the time. Within Temptation is much better than Amaranth, and he managed to like them, so yeah, I'll probably like Within Temptation. Michael, I know, it doesn't do it for me. Like, I love lifting like heavy weights and stuff like that. For some reason, I just don't like using resistance bands. Oh man. 6 surgeries in 2020 on your spine? I am sorry to hear that. What is my preferred bass amp? I always played Ampeg when I was a bass player in a band on tour. But I also really like Aguilar amps as well. Sylvia, yes, I am going to do that eventually, for sure. Exactly. Too much music is a problem I'm okay with. The problem is, I just know there's going to be stuff out there that I will never hear in my life that I probably would have loved. Within Temptation, with Taria, or Howard. They did a song with Howard Jones. I'll listen to that. I love Howard. Absolutely love Howard. I know Killswitch, like Jesse is very well known in Killswitch, but Killswitch to me is Howard all the way. Any hobbies? I like to read. I'm into video games a lot. I like to play my bass. Claire and I like to watch a lot of TV shows together. Yeah, I tried to be there really quick, Jeff. I had a lot of stuff going at home that day, but yeah, Elizabeth and her husband Kirk are great people. Can I react to the band The Warning? I can't because I've heard it. And at the risk of getting a little bit of hate here, I just wasn't impressed. I personally don't see what the hype is about, but that's just me. They sound like a good garage band to me. And I'm not saying they don't deserve success or fans, I'm just saying I didn't get it. LSR, I'm semi-familiar with Volbeat. I've avoided their music because, and this is stupid, it's a stupid reason, I know. I had a friend on tour who was obsessed with them to the point where that's all she talked about, and it annoyed me so much that I never wanted to listen to him. I know that's a horrible excuse, so one of these days I will. Within Temptation did a song with Exhibit as well. Okay, I'm sold. I don't play any ice hockey anymore. When I was a kid, I did, but never organized. It was always like when our ponds and lakes froze over in Chicago, we would just go shovel off the snow and go play. Ethan said you and Chase know John Gomm. Have you heard their new album? I can't say I know what that is. Yes, I will play bass for my little girl. I can't really skate, man. I had an ankle injury a while back, and after being on skates for like 10 minutes, I tried to skate like within the past year and a half or so, and after 10 minutes of being on skates, my ankle and my foot hurt so bad I just couldn't do it. Sucks. I have not seen Clarice yet. I've been hearing a lot about Angra. I should check them out. Brazilian band. Yeah, there are a few bands that I get comments for all the time to check out. The Warning, and I think it's Lilac or Liliac. I can't remember. And everybody talks about them like they're like God's gift to the earth of bands. And I've checked both of them out, and it's like, I get the entertainment value, but for me, I just don't get it. Dude, I was just gonna say that, Burka. I saw somebody ask who would play Lemmy if there was a movie. Hugh Jackman. Give Hugh Jackman, yeah, for sure. When will I be doing some more Unleash the Archers reactions? Soon. I woke up with Soulbound stuck in my head this morning. What's coming up this week? Well, tomorrow is a double reaction to I'm Not a Vampire by Falling in Reverse, and then after that, I have no idea. I haven't planned anything. Wednesday is... What are we doing with Nightwish? Pan? I think Pan's next for the Nightwish Human Nature thing. Yeah, Mark, it's just... Again, I'm not trying to discredit or anything like that. It's just I've listened and I just don't get it. There are lots of bands like that. There are popular bands like that I've listened to, and me personally, I just don't... It didn't do anything for me. That's all it is. It just didn't do anything for me. And I know there's bands I love that don't do it for other people too. Do I agree with you that Floor should do a Pat Benatar cover? I bet Floor would do a great Pat Benatar cover. I would love to see Floor do like Invincible or something like that. One of the, like, I'm not talking Heartbreaker or Hit Me With Your Best Shot. I'm talking like Hell Is for Children or Invincible or something like that. That would be really cool. How does Leave Gaudet feel after 2 days? I still love it, man. I've listened to it quite a few times. Legacy by Unleash the Archers. Devin Townsend vibes. Okay. You probably won't see any Greta Van Fleet reactions from me because I'm very familiar with them. We've actually done shows with them, and one of my friends in Nashville is their production manager, so I'm very familiar with their music. And if we're sitting here being honest too, it's like I don't love Greta Van Fleet either. I don't dislike them. I just, in my opinion, I feel as though if I'm going to listen to Led Zeppelin, I'm going to listen to Led Zeppelin. Talented kids, just didn't do anything for me. Floor doing Stevie Nicks would be cool too. Yeah, dude, I need to get to all those other artists from The Day That the World Breaks Down. Lewis, that's awesome. Phil Collins singing heavy metal, Timeless Miracle. Okay. Hailstorm covered Hell Is for Children? I didn't know that. I toured with Hailstorm like 11 years ago on one of their first tours. I didn't work for them. I was in a band. We were on the same tour together. Anybody watch reactors when they do Nightwish? If they don't like them, I don't follow them. So, that's fine. If you don't like a reactor's opinion, you don't have to follow them. That's totally cool. But I will bring up one thing that I've been seeing lately from the Nightwish army that I don't think is cool at all. When somebody checks out Nightwish and they just legitimately say, I didn't really like it, I've seen a lot of hate. Not cool, man. Like, just because somebody's opinion of a band is different from yours doesn't mean you should be hating on them for it. Oh, Comrade, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So there was a big thing going on in Reacticide in Discord the other day, where people were bringing up these reactors that did a reaction to Nightwish, and I watched the video. They were unimpressed. They didn't care for it. And I have a feeling one of them went into it actively trying not to get into it, which is a whole nother thing, but they didn't say anything bad. They didn't say these guys suck or anything like that. On the contrary, they said, hey, these guys are really talented. It just does nothing for me. And I didn't see any of the comments, but I heard they had to turn their comments off because people got so nasty with them for saying it didn't do anything for them. Guys, we don't all have to like the same music. It's fine. It's totally cool. Now, I didn't see the comments. I don't know how they're responding. I don't know if they got shitty or what happened, but there's no reason to attack somebody if they don't like the same band as you. Eduardo, you want a Skype lesson from Rob with Epica and you don't play bass? Dude, just sit there and talk to him. I have not listened to Battle Beast yet. Nightwish fans can be kind of cringe. Every band's fan base can be cringe. There are people that take it personal. They have too much emotions invested into the band, and when people say they don't like it, they get offended. Like I've said before, man, this is all subjective and opinionated. There's music that speaks to me on an emotional, personal level, and then there's music that doesn't do anything for me. It's totally cool. Yeah, Edward, there you go. No hate, just don't follow. If you don't like a reactor's opinions or how they're doing their stuff, don't follow them. You don't need to. And then you get a situation like me, where I just thought for years I wouldn't be into Nightwish, and now they're one of my favorite bands. It's weird. You never know if you'll like something unless you listen to it. And I just totally sounded like a hypocrite because I said I've been avoiding Volbeat, and I haven't listened to him yet. Oh, Radio Tapak did Night Witches? I gotta see that too. I like his stuff. When will I react to more Bandmade? I don't know. I want to. I will. I just, like I said, a lot of music in the world, man. It's hard to figure out what I'm gonna do next. Yeah, totally. Like when you, like Data Wolf, great point. Like when you, because there's something about music because people relate to it on an emotional level and they get attached to it, they take it as though they're also getting attacked. Where if I say, I don't like a movie, you know, nobody's going to get hateful about it. They'll just be like, oh, really? Well, I liked it, whatever. That's how it should be with bands. I have friends that I know personally that when I tell them I like Nightwish now, they're like, really? Like, one of my really good friends from back home, like, is like, I just don't know how you like Nightwish, but that's cool. Yeah. It's also the mixture of the internet. Like, people feel like they can say whatever they want. And, like, dude, Chase and I get the most ridiculous comments. I've had people tell me to kill myself. I've had people tell me I'm a fucking moron. Like, it's ridiculous. I was talking to Julia the other day, and she said she's literally had guys, like, ask her for pictures of her feet and shit. Some fucking weird people on the internet, man. Oh, Thomas, excellent point. I've called this out a million times, dude. Like, when I became a reactor on YouTube, I wanted to set myself apart from other reactors because if I'm being blatantly honest, I think most of them are full of shit. I think they're putting on a show. People are afraid to say what they really feel. Like, you can watch certain reactors that every single reaction they do. Morgan, thank you very much. Oh, dude, I love Snot. Are you kidding me? Dude, that self-titled album. I listened to that a lot back in the day. Yeah, go, if you're not on our Discord, join our Discord and go. We have a channel called the Hall of Shame, which is like some of our favorite like shitty comments we've gotten from people. It's out of hand. What was I saying? Oh yeah, go watch some reactors. There's a difference between educational reactors, which I try to consider myself as, and entertainment reactors. There are entertainment reactors that if you watch all their videos in a row, all their reactions are the same. They have the same things that they do in every video. It doesn't matter what it is. You're just like, wow, wow, are you kidding me? Like every reaction. And those are the people that are going for views and clicks and subs. Those are the people that look at sub counts as a giant competition and they want to be more popular than everybody else. They always want you to try and shout them out and they never want to do anything for you. Like I brought up the other day on Twitter, I've had a reactor that's hit me up multiple times on Twitter and Instagram. It's never even introduced himself and said, hi, my name is so-and-so. What's going on, dude? I like your channel. Let's talk, whatever. Just always tweets at me and says, let's do something together. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. How do you even know that we're going to mesh? How do we even know that? Like, you know, there's a lot. I'm very opinionated. I apologize. What's up, Adam? Yeah, Mr. Rock and Roll. There's an example. Entertainment reactor. Are you going to learn tons of shit from his videos? No. Is it entertaining? Yes. And that's fine. That's what he's doing. And I appreciate the fact that he's not trying to hide it. He's having fun. He's entertaining people. Has a band ever contacted me after a reaction? Quite a few times, actually, and it still surprises me. Dude, let's see. Tom from Evergrey originally reached out to me after my first Evergrey reaction. Sabaton's reached out to me. The Orbit Culture guys have reached out to me. Kriegel from Elvati reached out to me. It's crazy, man. Like, a lot of these artists, they genuinely appreciate people checking out their music and spreading the word. They're very good people. They're very nice. Oh, I'm honored that somebody with the name Divas with a picture of Divas as their picture likes my channel. What's my favorite Sabaton song? I think it's Attack of the Dead Men. I really like that song. Yeah, I've talked to, I haven't talked to Brittany, but I've talked to Grant from Unleash the Archers. Yeah, I talked to Richard from Orbit Culture here and there on Instagram now and then. Super cool. Nanowar of Steel, again. Guys that interact on YouTube and social media and really cool. Edward, don't apologize. Even though this could get into dangerous territory with my opinions, I love talking about stuff like this. I really do. Because it lets me show you guys how I really feel about this stuff without having to hide anything. Do I ever wonder why certain publishers block reactions completely? Money. It's a business, man. They feel like if people are watching our reactions, we're taking money away from them. That's it. That's all it is. Yeah, 40-1 is up there for me too, for sure. Yeah, Alex Terrible, another guy that interacts on social media a ton. My favorite Orbit Culture song? Saw. Dude, that riff just brings it. So I probably won't do a reaction to Icon for Hire because I also toured with them years ago. They were an opener when I was working for Red. And I've heard a lot of their music, and I've also watched all the reactions that Chase has done to them. So I've heard a lot of their new stuff. Yeah, Aryan from Arion, another guy, super involved. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the Nightwish concert probably in my living room or right here with my in-ears in so I can hear everything. What are some of my favorite places I've toured to? Let's just go off countries here. This is in no specific order, but I've loved pretty much everywhere I've been in the UK and in Europe. I love Ireland and Scotland. Absolutely love it. I love touring in Canada. Australia and especially New Zealand were great when I was there. Yeah, that's about it off the top of my head. Ghost Division is another great song. Yeah, I actually do. So when I finish a reaction, usually I'll go right into my outro. So what I'm saying is fresh, straight from the heart, what I feel about it. There are times where I'll watch it again, just sit there and listen to it again. And then usually what I do is after I do a reaction and edit it and all that, the next time I get in my car, I crank that song in my car and hear it in my car stereo. YouTube doing YouTube things again. All right, well, if YouTube's doing... I have never been to Finland, and I have not done Glastonbury either. So... Did you tell Nanowar which bands you've reacted to and didn't like when the Nanowar stream ended? Yeah, we had a long talk about that, actually. I'm not going to name any names, but we did talk about that forever. I have not been to Cyprus, no. Fight Club or Pulp Fiction? Oh, I got to go with Pulp Fiction. I mean, Bobby, it all depends because every brand of headphones and in-ears have different audio drivers in them. I love my in-ears. I love them. It isolates the sound. Like, I can't hear anything outside of my ears when I have these in. It's got good low end. I hear everything really well. I love my in-ears. I like Harvest a lot, Beck. So, in my experience, do bands hate or like the attention of fans, like taking selfies, autographs? There's a time and place. Most artists understand when their band gets popular and stuff like that. They're in the spotlight. They've got to do stuff like that. But I have noticed that there's a time and place. Like, let's say an artist is out to dinner with their significant other. It's like they're probably not going to be too stoked if people are just coming up and asking for autographs in the middle of like a dinner or something like that. But most people I've toured with, man, it doesn't matter where they're at. They'll go out and... like, if somebody spots them out and wants to take a picture, they're cool with it. I've been to Germany many times. This is actually not my choice of music in the background. This is just a Pretzel Rocks playlist of instrumental metal, but I do like it. How do you go about getting in-ears? So there are many different in-ear companies, and what you first have to do is get impressions. So you go to an audiologist, and they do a mold of the inside of your ears. And then you send those molds to the in-ear companies. And then they make a custom mold that's fitted to your ear. So this like fits specifically in my ear canal. So if somebody else put these on, they would feel completely different to them. Bearded Yeti, thank you so much, man. Hey, I saw your question up there. I was going to answer it. I just want you guys to know you don't have to leave a super chat for me to answer. If I see your question, I will answer it, but I appreciate it. My favorite Powerwolf song is Sanctified with Dynamite. I love that song. Yeah, I need to do Glory Hammer too. So, hey, I've seen some people saying YouTube's doing YouTube things and stuff like that, and I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. So if there's any final thoughts in the chat, just real quick. I do want to let you guys know, though, just because I'm doing content 7 days a week already, I need some days off. So what I'm going to do going forward, starting tomorrow in March, these streams are getting cut down. Instead of doing Sunday morning coffee every Sunday like this, it's just going to be the last Sunday of the month. So the last Sunday of the month, I'm going to jump on here. We're going to do a monthly recap of all the music, and I'm going to talk to you guys and stuff like that. However, every milestone I hit on the channel, I'll still do a live stream. So 60,000, which is coming up very soon, I'll just do an impromptu live stream. And then because I have started getting a lot of people that are becoming patrons on Patreon, I want to do more for you guys because you guys are great and I appreciate it. So I'm going to be doing some exclusive Patreon streams as well. And then also the streaming on Twitch is going to keep up. So if any of you guys aren't following me on Twitch, you can jump over there. It's twitch.tv/TankTheTech, because I will always stream on there as well, and I'll talk to people. And there's less people on there, and it's easier for me to talk to people in chat and stuff like that. And then when our baby arrives, I'm just telling you guys now, I'm going to take a little time off. I'm not done with YouTube by any means. I'm going to keep doing this. But I'm probably going to take a couple weeks off to get situated and stuff like that. I really, really am going to need that time. As this channel is growing and I've got new responsibilities at home, I'm just trying to figure out what's going to work best to also keep me sane. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love doing this, but there are times where I'm getting mentally burned out, where I just don't feel like doing anything. Like an hour before this live stream today, I legitimately was like, I don't know if I want to do this. But I already said I was going to do it, and I wanted to do it. So I am going to stream on Twitch a little bit after this. And then tomorrow, double reaction to Falling in Reverse, I'm Not a Vampire. It's going to be the original version, and then the revamped, which is unbelievably impressive. Have I thought about doing higher levels on Patreon? Not really. And I only because I don't want to get greedy. I feel like doing a Patreon is already asking too much. And I know there's people that are more than willing to do it, but I want to keep it simple. You know, I want to keep it simple and available to everybody. So guys, thank you very much again for being here. I appreciate all of you being here on Sundays like this with me. It's great to talk to you guys. If I missed any comments, I truly apologize. I try to get to all these, but it does get fast sometimes and I miss things. But man, this is a blast. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get my reaction to Falling in Reverse up on Patreon for any of you that are patrons. And then I'm going to jump on Twitch within the next hour or so. So thank you guys once again for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, wherever you're at in the world. I love meeting you guys and talking to you guys. And I will see you all very soon.